Hello, today is 12/7 of 25, and I am here with a video of what I eat in a day on my keto journey. If you're new here, my name is Christy. I changed my diet to a high protein, moderate fat, low carb diet in April of 2024. It is currently quarter till 5. So my day was spent with my family, which is why I haven't really recorded anything, but I do want to make sure that I'm holding myself accountable. So I am going to show you what I had. So we went out for coffee. We met some friends for coffee. I ordered a small latte, so that would have been with like a half cup of whole milk, but I did take along my own additional items. So I mixed together a half cup of Fairlife whole milk with a serving of whey isolate protein powder and a serving of collagen peptides. And then when I got to the coffee shop, I just mixed the coffee that I bought with the items that I brought so that I was sure to get those in for myself today. I also took with me to the coffee shop a donut. This is from Conscious Comforts, which is a local bakery in my area that makes gluten free, sugar free donuts. I ate about a half to three quarters of it. I shared it with my husband. Then we went to a museum and went out for lunch afterwards. We went to Louis M's Burger Lust. I'll link to their page in the description below. I had a patty melt with no bread. So they use half pound burgers, which is fantastic. So it was a half pound raw. I mean, it was cooked, but that's how it was weighed, was raw, with a slice of Swiss cheese, a slice of American cheese, and some caramelized onions on top. Then we came home and we went to the gym. I just did cardio. I am pretty sore from my HIIT workout that I did yesterday. It was a lot of work. It was great, fantastic, but I definitely feeling it today. So I just did some zone 2 cardio, and then I came home and I had a cottage cheese bowl. So I used a half cup of Good Culture 2% fat cottage cheese. I prefer the full fat, along with about a half cup of fresh blackberries. And then I also had with that a Sola bagel. So this is blueberry flavor. It's really the one that I like the most from that brand. And I think really it's the bagel that I like the most of what I have tried of bagels. I think it is my favorite. So it's got 110 calories in one bagel with 3 grams of fat, and then 36 carbs with 29 fiber and sugar alcohols. So it's got 4 net carbs and then 14 grams of protein. I had that with about a teaspoon of butter and a sprinkling of cinnamon on top. So that's probably all I'm going to eat today, but we'll see what happens. However, I am making dinner for my family, and I thought I would show you that. I am making a taco pie. So I have 1 pound of 93% lean ground beef that I cooked and crumbled, and I added a tablespoon of taco seasoning to. The original recipe calls for 3 tablespoons, but my family just isn't going to be able to handle that much spice, so I only put 1 tablespoon in. In my bowl here, I have 6 large eggs that I have scrambled up. I am going to add a half cup of 2% milk. The original recipe does call for heavy cream. The reason that I'm using 2% milk is because of sensitivities within my family, and fat is not everybody's friend. So I am using 2% milk, and this is going to have quite a bit of fat I mean, the meat is pretty lean, but it does have some fat in it, and then the eggs are going to have fat too. The recipe calls for a quarter teaspoon of ground black pepper. Just going to shake some in, and then a half teaspoon of salt and 2 cloves of garlic. So I'm just going to use this pre-minced garlic that I have because that's easy. And then I'll get this all whisked together. That's a hard word to say, whisked. And then pour it over the top of my meat. Okay, and then I'm going to top it with 1 cup of shredded cheddar cheese. And then I will bake this in my oven at 350 degrees for 30 minutes. My casserole is out of the oven. I do need to let this rest for at least 5 minutes before I cut into it and give it a try. I had to leave right after the taco bake was done. So I did try a bite of it, so I can tell you, it was better than I thought it would be. I was kind of surprised. I thought that the taco meat with the eggs, it would be like a breakfast. It would still like feel like a breakfast dish, taste a lot of egg, but it didn't. It tasted like a taco casserole. Not that you couldn't taste the egg at all, but it was very, 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 very light. So I think it would be really good with like some lettuce and sour cream. It would be delicious. And my kids really enjoyed it, so that's good. Like I said, I had to leave. So I had checked my information and I was pretty short on calories and short on my protein. So with me, I took a couple of chef's cut beef sticks. These are my favorite beef sticks, a way to get some more protein. And I think they're yes, 8 grams of protein per stick. So I got an additional 16 in, which I definitely needed, and a couple hundred more calories. So I ended up with about 1,500 calories. My protein is 163. My net carbs are 28, and my fat is 79. I'm in a caloric deficit of about 500 calories, and that's a safe amount. Maybe I'll see you tomorrow.